Welcome to TGIF.
If you are watching this about the time we record it, you may or may not have finished your Thanksgiving meal shopping. It's next week.
It is, right around the corner.
And it has me thinking about Thanksgiving. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Pumpkin pie. I go for the dessert.
I said, but what's your favorite food of Thanksgiving?
That's food, pretty
Pumpkin
much.
pie. Well, mine is bread and ham. So not really a turkey person.
But I can get on board with you with the ham too. I like ham.
But I love all the food that comes with that week. I mean, it doesn't love me, but I love it.
And that takes us to our word of the day, which is Thanksgiving.
Are we going to really stay talking about food? Or are we going a different direction?
I think we're going in a different direction. As you remember from last week, we said there'd be a part 2.
Yep.
Right? Part 2, and this is part 2 of Psalm 100. Remember last week we talked about verses 1 through 3, so you might want to go back and read those. But now today we're focusing on 4 and 5, and they really are the heart of Thanksgiving. What we desire most in our life and how we can embrace it in those moments of Thanksgiving. So Psalm 100, verses 4 and 5. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Go into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and his faithfulness continues to each generation. There's a lot of just uplifting. When I read it, I just feel better.
And it makes me want to sing. I will enter his gates with thanksgiving in my heart.
Amen.
I will enter his courts with praise. That's it. I won't do anymore.
No, but that's how God desires us
We
to
should do that every
be in his
day.
presence. And why don't we?
I know, because overwhelmed with all that life has going on each and every day.
Especially when we get into the holidays, it's like, oh my gosh, we're already putting all these dates on our calendars. We got to be here, we got to be there. Oh,
Dates on the calendar for this year and next year.
And what do we got to take? What do we got to bring? It's like, okay, now we got to go to the grocery store. Oh no, the grocery store is missing something on the shelf. Now everything is wrecked.
And in the midst of that, we should be singing, I will enter his gates. But it's hard.
It is. And I think that's one of the key things that the psalmist is trying to remind us here, that our lives are not caught up in the activities of coming and going in everyday business. Our lives are caught up in the thankfulness of being in the presence of God and Jesus' love.
That has such a calming spirit around it when you just say it.
And really that process of Thanksgiving, it's easy to miss, especially when we're in the holidays. I mean, it's so easy to overlook, and especially when we're being overwhelmed. So, I mean, take the holidays away, any other normal part of the year, anytime we're overwhelmed, when we're anxious, when things are just not going the way we want, it's so easy to become pessimistic about things and just negative about things, rather than trying to find hope and optimism. And I think that's what this draws me to really closely, is the fact that the psalmist is reminding us that what we are designed to do is to be in praise and praise Jesus' name. His unfailing love continues just on Sunday. It is forever. This, my friends, is what we're going to enter into when we go into eternity. This continuing of love, and his faithfulness continues from one generation to the next. And how many times do we see people say, oh, this next generation?
Right.
Remember, we were the 80s generation. They were pretty sure we were lost.
We're still here.
So it's the fact that it goes from generation to generation, and how that carries through his promises.
And how that attitude of thankfulness really enhances hope. That hope we have in Jesus, that hope we have in eternity and being in the fullness and presence of Jesus then, but the opportunity we have to embrace that now, and it's through Thanksgiving. That through thankfulness, that attitude of gratitude really kind of changes, I think, how we look at situations and things going on in our everyday lives. And that being thankful, that spirit of being thankful, has so many benefits around your health, what you say, what you do, whether or not people want to be around you. I don't like to be around complaining people. And boy, there's a lot of people that complain.
And I think the thing that you forget, that being thankful, it's easy. Well, sometimes it's hard, but it's free.
It's free.
It's an easy and free way to actually boost joy. So when you think about it, yeah, sometimes it's hard, but the reality is this is something that's really pretty easy. Just turn your mind and say, okay, I'm going to find something to be thankful for right now. And when I'm complaining about something, or something's not going my way, and it actually has the ability to boost your joy. And so we found some things that actually is when you're looking at it, there's a health benefit to all this, isn't there?
Yes, so we're going to share with you 5 benefits of actively expressing gratitude. So write them down or memorize them. The first one is being thankful boosts your immune system. And I was thinking, the whole when there's a fire, stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
When you're stressed out in the midst of the heat of a situation, stop, drop, and be thankful.
That's good.
Before you respond.
Should we add that one?
That's
really
good.
like that one.
No, it's all part of it. It's boosting your health.
But I think that the thing about the immune system we're hearing so much about right now is that our immune systems get compromised, or they get, they're not as healthy as they should be. And to think that something like this, an easy, free way to boost that immune, that's to me, that's great. So I love that one. Lowers your risk of mental health issues. That one I think is really, for me, it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's, wow, just being thankfulness can help my mental state. I don't know if we, as people.
I want to try that.
Yeah. If we do that often, it's to think about how we damage our mental state at times, and this is something that we can do easily that helps boost it and improve it.
And the third one is it strengthens you when you are under stress, which that means pretty much every day we have some type of stress in our life. Whether it's relational, financial, parental, we all have that kind of stress that's every day. But being thankful is going to strengthen us through that.
I like this next one too, because sometimes we get in an argument with somebody, and the reality is those arguments probably are not going to find their way to heaven. They're just not. But in that moment, a little bit of grace does find its way to heaven, and I think that extends grace when you're thankful. In that moment, extending grace to others rather than becoming so combative. And we talk about we are peacemakers. We are about being the peacemakers for Jesus. Jesus is doing the work and doing the heavy lifting for us. Why can't we extend grace to people? It seems to always be so hard.
And entering this next week when a lot of people are going to be around family. Sometimes at Thanksgiving you're around family you're typically not around. And I bet there are some family dynamics that go on around that table and around that week as you're connecting with family. So we encourage you to extend that grace. And the 5th benefit we want to share with you is it elevates your spiritual insights.
I like that one.
So I know when we were talking about that, it was like, wow, that is so true. If I am thankful, my spiritual insight of the way I see things and respond to things should be different. Because I'm connected vertically versus the horizontal stress that's going on. Being thankful vertically and for the things around is going to change how I see things.
It really is.
It's good.
It is. I liked it.
So we hope that these 5 benefits, you're able to apply them not just today and not just at Thanksgiving, but all the time. Because we're called to be a thankful people.
Amen.
And we're not. We're a bunch of people that like to complain and wish we had something else or wish situations weren't the way they were at that moment in time. So let's enter his gates with thanksgiving. Let's sing that song and remember, stop, drop, and be thankful in the heat of a moment. So our question, how can you demonstrate an attitude of gratitude?
That's good.
And let's do a practice. The whole week of Thanksgiving, you demonstrate an attitude of gratitude in everything you do and say around everyone you're around. And just see how that makes you feel. I'm going to be nice to you.
And let us know. Email, text us, let us know how that goes for you. Even if it's a complete disaster. I mean, we still want to hear, because maybe we can talk through some of it with you as well. Because I have a feeling it's not going to be a complete disaster. I mean, there's when God is involved and God is in the midst.
Because remember, your insights, your spiritual insights are going to be
heightened.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have an amazing, safe, and blessed Thanksgiving week, knowing that it's not about just the food of Thanksgiving, because we don't want to talk about the calories of Thanksgiving, but let's just be a thankful people.
I hope they enjoy pumpkin pie.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Bye.